Hello everyone, welcome into Fatty's Feast, where we make the best food you'll ever eat without leaving your backyard. My name is Josh. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some smoky, savory, delicious ham burnt ends. Let's get started. Now this video is coming out a week before Easter, and we all know that the staple of Easter is not only the Easter bunny, but the ham. And plain old smoked spiral ham is delicious by itself, but today I wanted to do something a little different. And I truly think you can wow your guests with this recipe this Easter, or any occasion for that matter. And this recipe also is going to take no time. Famous last words. Now first we need our ham, and right in front of me here I have a delicious hickory smoked ham, so we're double smoking like I always do with ham. If you want to get an uncooked ham, you can. I just don't know why I can't find any around me. It seems sort of weird. So this thing weighs in total about 8 pounds. I'm going to portion that down because I'm not making 8 pounds of burnt ends. I'm thinking maybe somewhere around 3 pounds. So that being said, let's take a look at the underside here. Bone is right here, so I just think I'm going to make a cut right about here. There we go. So let's move this guy off to the side, and now we're left with this. Now I don't want any of this crap, so I'll take that out. I'm gonna make these chunks pretty big. So we'll make a cut here, there's one, there's two, and then we can work with this. Now you'll notice for once I'm prepping with my slicing knife instead of my boning knife because I need to make big cuts and this is a big piece of meat. So now let's just take this, we'll cut this in half, and we got one even pre-cut already. And I got this bowl right here. I'm just gonna throw those in when I'm done. Now we're looking about 1 to 2 inches, something like that. Then we're gonna do the same thing with this guy. They don't have to be perfect. If they fall apart, it is what it is. I'm just gonna take any gross skin or whatever that I don't want on there. We got a lot of fat on this guy right here, which is good because fat is flavor. And then we have one more. And here is our bowl o' ham. So now I'm gonna come in with just a little bit of mustard. These aren't gonna be on for long, so I don't wanna have too much mustard on them, but mustard is great on ham anyway, so who cares? And I'll just toss these guys around a little bit. Since they're a little bit bigger, they're a little more difficult to work with, but that's okay. And then for seasoning today, we're gonna be using Everglades original rub. I know I've been using Everglades products a lot. I'm just using whatever I have in my pantry. So you can use whatever you'd like, but I'm going for more of a sweet, savory flavor here, and this does the trick. If you wanna do something crazy like Hawaiian or teriyaki, you do you, I don't care. So we'll just liberally season these guys up. And I'll do one more coat. With this particular rub, it's very hard to over season, so I'm not really worried about that. And then we got something that looks like that, nice and red. And y'all know I need to add some coarse ground black pepper. So I'll be pretty liberal with this as well because we love pepper here. In hindsight, I probably should have used a bigger bowl. No one said I was good. And once again, one more coat. All right, now I got my upside down grate here. We're just gonna evenly space these guys out. And as I'm doing this, I'm sort of just laying them out to see which ones have enough rub and which ones don't. And if I think they need rub, I'm putting them up. And now we see we have some that are bare, so I'm just gonna do another coat right on top of these. Not so much over there, but these guys here. And just a touch more pepper to top it off. Ooh, that one got a lot. Oops. And there we have it, folks. And as always, probe right here. Now, take a guess what we're going to be doing first. I'll give you a second. That's right, adding smoke flavor. Now, like I said, this is a pre-smoked, pre-cooked ham. So you could literally eat it right out of the package if you wanted to. Obviously, we don't want to do that. But we're going to be adding a little bit more smoke flavor to these guys. It's already smoked, so we don't need to like put a lot of smoke flavor on it, but we'll keep it low at around 250 for 2 hours or so. Now, I might check these guys after an hour just to see what's going on. I doubt anything's going to happen, but if I see something interesting, I'll bring you back. If not, I'll see you in about 2 hours. Okay, I lost track of time. We're about 2 hours in now. One thing I want to do before we check these guys out is I do want to make a quick sauce, and we're going to throw it on the smoker just to warm it up a little. Now in front of me, I don't know if you can see, I have a shit ton of different sauces. I'm just trying to get rid of shit, literally. So I have this barbecue sauce, which is a combination of these two with vinegar, and then I just got some other quarter-full bottles because every time I buy barbecue sauce, I don't use it all. So we're just gonna throw it in this pan. So we'll start with this. This looks odd. Got some Stubbs Original. That has sort of a tomato-y flavor to it. And I got some Nashville style something, I don't know. This is definitely a sweeter sauce. So we're doing all kinds of flavor profiles today. This is great. I'm just gonna add a touch of Sweet Baby Ray's, ooh, that's hot. Sweet Baby Ray's Sweet and Spicy. A touch of Sweet Baby Ray's Hickory Brown Sugar. And apple cider vinegar. I'm not doing too much of this. Just a few tablespoons or so. Let's mix this goodness all together. And we'll just throw this on here to warm up for about 10 minutes or so. All right, let's check these guys out. Oh, we're looking nice. We got some fat render going on. I'm not really concerned about that because they're gonna be tender in the long run and there's not much fat on these. But looking at the temp, they're already pre-cooked, like I said. We're at 175, back here, 165. So we got a good spread. So the middle ones seem to be cooking a little faster, but these guys are definitely ready to be tossed in some sauce. So we'll let that sauce chill out for, like I said, 10 minutes or so, and then we'll toss them. All right, let's get our sauce right here, and then let's get our hams over here. Now all I'm gonna do is just toss these guys a little bit, not too much. Just get them coated up. Just around and around, just like so. Now you wanna warm your barbecue sauce because you don't wanna put cold barbecue sauce in with your warm meat because that's just gonna sort of stop the cooking process. These are already pretty goddamn tender, I'm not gonna lie. And this pan is sort of tiny for this, but as we go along, we'll just stack them up. Another thing you want to make sure of here is that your seasoning is set and your rub is good. You don't want it falling off in here. We got a little bit coming off, but that's not really a big deal because at the end of the day, it's all going to be incorporated somehow. So, and there we go. Let's just spread these guys out a little bit. Got a lot of sauce buildup in the middle. That's going to be fine. So we got the salty, tangy flavor. We're going to put some honey on. It's going to go all around like so. So drizzly and delicious. Waiting for this bottle to pop open. And then I'm gonna come in with some brown sugar, hashtag diabetes. And you can do as much as you want, it's sort of the taste. I'm doing probably a quarter cup or so. And then we're gonna place our beautiful knobs of butter just all the way around. This is gonna be delicious, I can't wait. Look at that, that looks beautiful. Now, rip us off a piece of foil and we'll cover this up while it's windy. Now we're good to go. And we'll put them right back where they started. All right, so I'm gonna let these guys go for about another hour. They're already tender as we saw. Not much fat to be rendered, so I'm not really worried about that. I'll probe them again just to get a feel for how they are, but those should melt down and be delicious and sticky. They're looking pretty good, but one thing I'm noticing, the temperature dropped a lot, and this sauce here with the butter isn't really bubbling. They feel pretty tender. I'm not upset about that. The fat's rendered, everything's looking good, but I want them to be a little bit softer. And of course, when you put sauce on something or any kind of baste for that matter, some of the seasoning is gonna come off. That happened on some of these. All right, so let me put this back on. Instead of putting more wood on, I could either move that, but the better idea is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the stack damper up. Now I had it about halfway before, but what this is gonna do is gonna draw that hot air through the smoker and actually increase the temperatures and move our hot spot to right about here. That way I'm not screwing with moving the thing and then opening it back up and trying to figure everything out. I just wanna get that sauce that it's sitting in a little more bubbly and just like boil off some of the moisture and stuff like that so we can actually integrate that fat into our ham. So now as we can see, this point over here is 275, but when we go over here, we're at 300 and 330. So we're really getting that heat in there. Very minimal smoke, if any. And I'm gonna give these another half hour or so, or 45 minutes just to see how the process is going, and then we should be good to take them off. And after about another hour, this is what we got. You can tell some of the rub came off, especially on that piece, but that's okay. When I probe these guys, they're pretty tender. They're not gonna be as tender as a brisket, obviously, because why would they be? That one's pretty good. We're at 190. Like I said, we don't get that intermuscular fat, so they're gonna be delicious. I can't wait. So we're gonna pull them, we're gonna let them rest for about 15 minutes. Not too long, because we don't want pork to rest for a long time. We'll come back and do our taste test. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got some delicious ham burnt ends. They're looking pretty hot, because they are, but let's give them a try. Now, the main difference with these is that there's not a lot of intermuscular fat, right? So we're not going to have that like fall off the bone or fall off the burnt end flavor that we normally do with anything that's like brisket or pork or something like that. They're moist, they're good. However, because they lack that intermuscular fat, even though we put butter in there, it's only going to do so much. They're tender, they're not overcooked. The seasoning we used sort of has a salty, spicy bite to it along with the black pepper. We got that smoke flavor. However, I will say that the seasoning did wash off a little bit. It was soaking in it, so I'm not really that concerned about it. It still has that flavor, but they're good. Here's a piece with fat. Oh yeah, you can just see how that, look at that. That's delicious. I want to try some of this here fat. Oh God, I can't even pick it up. It's so moist. That one's a good one. That's got some good fat flavor. The fat's rendered on that. Oh my God. Could eat this all day. Is it as good as brisket burnt ends? No. Is it as good as pork belly burnt ends? No. Is it even a burnt end? I don't really know, but we're going to call it that. I know a lot of you are going to say, well, you should have made them smaller. Listen, I just do what I do. I don't care. This one just falls apart. It's just so, oh yeah, it's hot. It's coming all apart in my hand. Love that. But anyway, everyone, that's going to do it for this episode of Fatty's Feast. If you did, in fact, like what you saw today, please like this video. Get this content out to more people, spread my love for barbecue across the nation and through the world, and leave a comment on things you want to see me make on the smoker, on the griddle, doesn't matter, I'll do it all. Right over here, I'm going to put a video specifically designed for you, you're going to love it, and then over here is going to be my smoker pork playlist, Hours of Entertainment, just for you, you'll learn a lot. Smack dab in the middle, this average face, this bald head, this diabetic, whatever you want to call me, you can subscribe, you can see more of me all the time. And until next time, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay hungry.